Now, if there's one thing Indians like, it's a good bargain. In fact, the word discount strikes a chord and lights a fire like nothing else can or ever will. So today on the show, we've got a startup that plans to make a business out of this by offering a great online shopping bargain. Have a look, here's GoVasool.
From time immemorial, there's only one way the retail industry has worked. Only one way most consumers have shopped.
Yep, you visit stores like this one, look at the price tags for the products on display, and then make your purchase decision.
And that's inefficient because firstly, you have to take time out to physically go to every store. And secondly, deals and prices change so quickly that it's impossible to keep a tab on what's happening in the market.
Also, since you're the person finally buying the product, shouldn't the retailer be bargaining for your demand rather than the other way around?
That's the opportunity we saw in the market. And the result is GoVasool.com.
We have tie-ups with all the major retail stores and chains in your local city.
This enables you to check prices and make purchases from your neighborhood store. We also offer an innovative form of buying called group shopping.
Group shopping is a model wherein instead of one consumer at a time, GoVasool brings us 10 to 15 consumers to buy the same products. They help us increase our turnover, and we can also offer better discounts to group shoppers.
Our revenue model, we make a transaction fee between 3 to 20% from our partner retail stores, depending on the product.
Our gross transaction values this year are expected to be 1 crore, and we expect this to grow by about 20 times in the next 3 years. So Shrikant, what do we need to do to make this happen?
We would like to pitch for $4 million for a 30% stake in the company. These funds will be used towards team building, infrastructure, and marketing.
The market opportunity for us is 100,000 crores in this industry. If you want a piece of it, we believe it's time for you to GoVasool.
Well, if a bargain is what you want, these guys have what it takes to really make it big. But what they're looking for is exactly the opposite of a good bargain. Let's see if they're going to get it.
We asked him about the art of schmooze. Now it's time to find out what he thought about GoVasool.
Good passion at play. I think in earlier stages the passion is the maximum, and I think that came out interestingly on screen. Group shopping logic, while interesting in conceptually, I think in reality, I'm not too sure to what extent will the Indian consumers go to group around, and invest that kind of time, especially when these savings are just about 3 to 4%. Scalability could be one challenge, especially when it is a trade-off between fast-moving categories versus, categories that are not moving that fast. And to my mind, a retailer perhaps would not give the benefit of those categories to a model like GoVasool, which are fast-moving. $4 million in funding for a 30% stake. I mean, first of all, the big question one would ask is why do they need so much money? I think I would really ask them to go and rework on their numbers and perhaps challenge certain assumptions and relook at the risks that could be there a little more strongly. To my mind, they need some serious mentoring. Would I invest in this company? I'm not too sure.
Well, let's look at it this way. There has to be someone out there willing to bet big on discount shopping. We can only hope that GoVasool finds them, and soon.